What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ray, and today I'm back with another video. And today I want to just talk about something that I have been going through, me personally, which I look at as like, even my mama said it, she was like, this is my testimony. But I remember I did a video on the medication the doctors prescribed for me to help with the GERD that I deal with. And that medication is the worst medication that you could ever give to anybody. That medication is literally poison. But as I was saying, I'm sorry about that. I had to go take care of something right quick. I'm gonna try to make this as fast as possible. But the only reason why I'm telling y'all this story is to save lives. Literally, that's the only reason why I'm telling y'all this story. This is my story. This is the only reason why I wanted to talk about this, because I do want to help people out. And if I can do that, and I have a little small platform that I can share my experience with this, I feel good then, telling the world what happened in my situation and how I've been coping with it, how I've been dealing with it. And this year 2020 is hard as it is, you know what I'm saying, but it got a lot worse. When I took the medication, that video, it got a lot worse. The depression got a lot worse. So I'm gonna start at this point. So just to give y'all a little backstory, I took a medication that was supposed to help with my GERD. It didn't help. It just made matters worse. The doctors prescribed this for me to help me, not hurt me. I took this medication. I took one 10 milligram dosage of this medication in August on the 13th. I took that on the 13th. And we are now in December 7th at that. One day, that was the backstory. This is now one day. This is like, I think, like a couple of months ago. Well, I'm not gonna say a couple of months ago. I think last month. So mind you, I took the pill on August 13th. I only took one 10 milligram dosage. It triggered a lot of other things. It didn't react well with my body, and I don't think it's reacting well with other people either. So I took this medication. It triggered panic attacks. It triggered a lot of anxiety. It triggered so much stuff that I don't normally deal with. I was sitting at the table one day eating, and I forgot what I was eating, but I was eating something I had cooked. My people had cooked something, and I had eaten something. And I remember me just sitting there, just not feeling right. And as the days went by, I started feeling sick, like something was wrong with the inside of my head. I started, feeling down, depressed. Then all of a sudden, for some reason, I became my own worst enemy. And I'm only telling y'all this because I want y'all to be mindful of what you take. Be mindful of what the doctors give you and prescribe to you. This was the hardest thing I had to deal with in my life. I have never dealt with this before. I don't have any kind of history of sight. I'm upset. I'm angry. I mean, I know things like this happen in life, but this happens so much to too many people. And if I can come on here and talk about it, I will. But that day I had ate, and I got up, and I had went to the bathroom. I think we was going somewhere. I went to the bathroom, and all of a sudden I just had like a lot of intrusive thoughts. Things got a lot worse after that other video that I talked about it on. And I'm just about hanging in there. And it got so much worse. I just was looking at myself in the mirror, and I just had all these intrusive thoughts. That's not like me. That's not me. I have never experienced nothing like this in my life. Like, God, I've never in my life experienced something like this. And I'm pretty upset with Big Pharma. I'm pretty upset with the doctors who keep prescribing this mess to people, because the medication is dangerous. I would have thought the medication would have been out my system, especially by now, and it's not. Well, it's out my system, but it's the stuff, it's the damage that it left behind. If you take metoclopramide, the medicine is too unpredictable. Some people, I remember reading somebody had took it for a little while, and it helped, and then they stopped taking it, and then a couple of years passed that, and they started taking it again and had a bad reaction to the medication. Doctors, please stop prescribing this mess. People, pay attention to your family members. I know a lot of people don't like people in their business, but at least tell one person what you're taking. At least one, so they can know. So let's get back into my story. I remember sitting in the car with my mom. I said mom, but I remember sitting in the car with my mama, and I remember just honestly just losing my mind. Like, this has never happened to me before, and I've never had a reaction off of any kind of medication. My body to medications, my tolerance is very, very strong. So for my body to react like this, I know it's something is up with that medication. I started Googling and doing a lot of Googling and trying to figure out, is it just was my body, was it that medicine? I did a lot of Googling, a lot of looking. I did a lot of searching, did a lot of research on the medication, and it's a dopamine antagonist, which means you can say bye-bye. You can say bye-bye to your happy chemicals in your brain. It's too unpredictable, it's too risky. So, we was in a car, and I honestly was not myself. I went to numerous doctors, numerous hospitals. After that, nobody can help me. Nobody can give me answers. I went to University Medical Center, and they had this lady. In there, and when it was my turn to go back there, I seen her, and I basically told her what was going on, and I said, I'm just having a lot of suicidal ideations. I'm just, something turned off in my brain. I became my own worst enemy. I wanted my own head on a silver platter. I'm so angry that I had to go through this. I have never went through nothing like this in my life, in my whole entire life. And I don't want nobody else to go through what I went through. Because it's scary. It's scary. I just kept having thoughts of, I had thoughts of killing my dog. I had thoughts of killing my dog. He's so small, man, and y'all know that's not like me. I love animals. I had thoughts of killing him, and I had thoughts of taking myself with him. I had, these bad thoughts that I've never in my life had before. And, I went to all these doctors trying to figure out what the hell did this medication do to my brain. I can talk normally with people. I still had my sense of myself without actually being myself. Like, I can communicate with people. I was communicating with people. And I remember me communicating with this lady at university. Her name was Jennifer Hudgens. I'm sorry, I just had to put it out there. I'm so angry at this lady because When I went in there, I was telling her what happened. This lady looked at me and said, "Why are you here?" Doctors today ain't shit. She said, "Why are you here?" I said, "Because I'm trying to figure out, my head is hurting, my head keep pounding me. My head is hurting. I'm gonna put it like this. I felt the worst emotional pain. That was the hardest thing in my life. I felt the worst, excruciating pain every night. I had to literally rock myself to sleep. I had to be watched 24 hours of the day. I couldn't be left alone. I was afraid to be alone in my own house. The pain was almost unbearable. That pain I wouldn't wish on nobody. The pain was so unbearable. It was like a depression I have never in my life expected, for this to happen to me. It was like a dream. Like, I was like, what was happening to me? I wasn't myself at all. This drug threw me into the worst suicidal depression I have ever. Mind you, I don't have a history of this. I had to rock myself to sleep every night. My family, somebody had to always be here. The last video I did was with my cousin, my blood. If my people wasn't here, my cousin had to come. Just somebody to monitor me, to make sure I don't do nothing stupid to myself. Like I said, once again, I'm only saying this to help people, because I have been to numerous doctors and everybody saying, "Oh, it should have been out your system." Well, it wasn't. Well, it was, but what it left behind. I had to be placed on an antidepressant that I'm still taking for up to 6 months to balance out the neurotransmitters in my brain. Whatever chemicals it messed up, that was some pain. I can't describe it. It's like a pain of, a loved one dying, or somebody close to you dying, or just like a situation that you're going through in your life and it hurts so bad. I could not describe it. That's the only thing I kept telling her. I was like, I took this medication and that they prescribed for my GERD. I only took one after the first panic attack. That was it. I wouldn't put that in my body again. I would eat dirt before I ever put that in my body again. Probably before I put anything else they give me in my body again. When I first felt, I just went to the doctor and I was in excruciating emotional pain that radiated throughout my body. My legs and stuff was hurting. My muscles was tensing up. I could not sleep. I had to sleep with guided meditations on just to be able to get rest and wake up and still be in pain. I never felt that way in my life. I wanted my own head on a chopping block. And before I even took the antidepressant, the thoughts just was there and it was scary. And I feared me doing something stupid. So I told my people ASAP. It's always good to let people know ASAP so they can know what's going on with your situation, what's going on with how you feeling. Most people don't do that because the pain was almost unbearable. It was so unbearable, I feared getting up at night or whenever, when everybody was sleeping and just going somewhere and ending it all. This drug threw me in the worst suicidal depression. And if I can tell you, if I can help anybody who's, they give this to mothers for lactation. They give this to people for headaches. They give this to people for GERD, hiatal hernia, stomach conditions. You go to the hospital, if you have a bad migraine, they give you a Reglan, IV dose of Reglan. Reglan is hell. This was my Reglan misery. When I even hear the name Reglan, my body just feel weird. And I just wanted to be real about it. I just wanted to talk about it. I want to, if I can warn other people about the medication, I will, and I will keep doing it. I even contacted my mayor, and I want this to be put out. I want people to hear my story. I want this to be put out so they can ban this crap. This medication should not go in no human body. I'm still unable to work. You know, I'm still feeling derealized, depersonalized. And I only took 110 milligram, and we're now in December, and I took that pill on August 13th. I marked it on my calendar. It's a day I'll never forget. This drug is horrifying. I had scary thoughts, just anxious thoughts. The pain was almost like a bad flu. Everything ached, everything hurted. It seemed like my emotions were hurting, like somebody died. Just something I have never experienced in my life. And I wouldn't want to experience it no more. I'm still healing from this trauma. And this is the hardest thing I ever had to go through in my life. I'm only saying this because, like I said, once again, I want to help people. Please, don't take that. There are other things on the market that will not leave you with all these side effects. Whatever the Reglan, fried, I hope it's not permanently toasted. But the only thing that kept me fighting was my sense of perseverance and my faith in God that one day things will get better. And they are, but very, very slowly. Very slowly. I couldn't eat. I lost about 10 pounds. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't go nowhere. I just had to lay there in pain everywhere I went. I had to go through about 5 or 6 weeks of hell until my antidepressant kicked in. And I feel like the antidepressant, which, I was put on sertraline, the antidepressant, I'll do a separate video when I feel 100% about how sertraline worked, how it works. And it's basically a SSRI, a serotonin reuptake inhibitor, and it's to basically put your happy chemicals in your brain. So yep, that's what I'm on. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish that on nobody. And I know my mom is probably gonna watch this. And I want to thank you for all that you have done for me, for everything that you are doing for me. I really, really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it, because this has been the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with. The hardest thing in my life that I don't wish on nobody. I don't wish this on my worst enemy. I don't care what you did to me. I don't care what I did to you. Whatever the situation is, I don't wish it on my worst enemy. Before I got on the antidepressant, because mind you, months before, I seen a lot of other people was on antidepressant, which I'm gonna put in a video. It's gonna be probably right here. I'm gonna put in a video some of the things that other people dealt with. I'll leave it on that side of the screen so y'all can see that I'm not lying. I feel like this drug need to be off the market. Before I even took the SSRI, I was afraid of side effects from that. So I thought, I was gonna get my brain, let it heal on its own. I seen a lot of other people had to be put on antidepressants. I didn't want to take that. I wanted my brain to heal on its own, because I didn't want to put more medication in my body. I went to this herbalist, somebody else who wound up going to him, and he basically helped them. I guess, everybody's situation different, everybody's body is different. I know people that took this, which is gonna be right here. I know people that took this for months, so y'all can see I'm not lying. Y'all can see the side effects of the medication. Y'all can see how dangerous it is to anybody, especially kids, because kids, they young, their mind is tender. This was hell for me. This was hell. Being afraid every night, just having thoughts of, I don't want to leave my family. I just kept telling my mom and them I didn't want to die. I wasn't ready. Be careful what these doctors are giving you, as this medication almost cost me my life. That's how bad it was. It's not a joke. I don't want nobody to think that, I'm joking around, or this a joke, or this for play. Because it's not. This is serious. I have never been depressed like this in my life. I have never had suicidal ideations. I have never felt this much emotional pain. It was like somebody just stomped up like all over me. Like, it was the worst thing that anybody could ever experience. Please tell your family if you are on a certain medication. Just tell them, because I know over the years a lot of people have, hurt themselves and took their own lives and stuff. And you'll be like, this person wasn't depressed, what happened? This person wasn't sad, this person was a happy-go-lucky person. Oh, we never knew they was going through nothing. It could be the Reglan. I'm gonna just put it to you like that. It could be the Reglan. And that lady, Jennifer Hudgens, who basically just told me, I was going crazy, and offered me a trip to the psych ward. I said, no, I'm good. I said, don't worry about it. I told the lady, I said, I'm a musician. I'm not crazy. I know what this medication did to me. The lady told me, oh, well, I think you have PTSD from the first panic attack. No, lady. I don't have PTSD, love. I don't have PTSD. Especially not from that situation. I might, who knows? That's how traumatic it was. But I'll never forget that moment. I literally looked at all these doctors like they were devils. That's how I looked at them. Because each and every last one of them was literally like, oh, it should have been out your system. It wouldn't do this. What else did you take? I don't do drugs. What else am I gonna take? It's only one doctor who believed me, and I thank him, which was, my doctor. And it's, I go to him for my gastrointestinal issues, and he's a big help, man. He told me, I asked him about it. I said, do you prescribe this medication to your patients that you see? He said no, because the side effects, he gave me this look, this weird look. He was like, no, because the side effects of that medication is dangerous. He said he only prescribed that if they tried everything else and nothing else worked. That'll be the last resort. And what's crazy is the lady who prescribed the medication to me at my primary care, mind you, gastrointestinal is another doctor, at a whole nother doctor. My primary care is a whole nother doctor. The lady that prescribed me the medication at my primary, she was there almost every day before I got put on a Reglan. Then after I take the Reglan, as soon as it happened, 3 days in after that, I noticed side effects or whatever wasn't going away. I was going back constantly. And now she not there. Where she at? You know, where the lady at? I know this is a long video, but I just want to warn y'all. It was the worst experience of my life, the worst excruciating pain of my life. I just kept telling my mom I'm in pain. That's the only thing I could say was I'm in pain. And before I took the antidepressant, I really didn't want to take no antidepressant. But I realized I was in trouble, and I realized I needed to get one quick because I already knew what the problem was by doing research. I already knew what it was. So I had to I'm telling the lady, just give me the antidepressant so I can hurry up and start taking it. The antidepressant, let me tell you, the antidepressant, which one of my fears when it happened was the antidepressant making it worse. Making a suicidal ideation worse. And it did. It got 10 times worse. It blew up. I was in the most excruciating pain. It blew up. But, you know, after a certain amount of weeks, the first 2 weeks were hell. After the first couple of weeks, I got better. I started seeing a little progress. I had to just keep taking them. I had to fight through it, praying to God that I fell back to myself. And I'm still not halfway feeling like myself. I'm still derealized. I'm still dealing with depersonalization, which could be a side effect also from the sertraline, because sertraline does that. It causes, you know, certain kind of dissociative experiences. I know I'm dealing with amnesia right now, but I'd rather deal with that than to be feeling the way I was feeling. I'm derealized. Honestly, I'd rather deal with that at this moment, but hoping that everything, my body return back to normal and everything around me can seem more real. And I can feel the world around me. Right now, I really can't feel the world around me. My emotions are numbed, I guess, from the antidepressant, which that caused that as well. I had to ask my people, you know, am I alive? Like, it didn't feel like I was alive. It didn't feel like I was here. Man, let me tell y'all, this medication is dangerous. I've run across so many posts where, you know, people have committed suicide off of this medication. And let me tell you, it's not a joke. I experienced that firsthand. You know, I'm slowly healing. I'm slowly getting back to myself. God, I'm going to keep praying to you, because that's the only one who could help me. After that last experience with that last doctor, when I went to university, I was like, man, fuck them. I'm sorry. F them. I'm not going back and forth with these doctors on it. I was just like, forget it. I'm going to just take my antidepressant, just take my lick, the lick that I shouldn't have to take, because doctors are denying the side effects of the medication. You know, like I said, there's only one doctor. I'm showing them on the phone, and I'm also going to put in here, I had to find a group with a lot of people who took metoclopramide, aka Reglan. I joined the group, and in the group, basically, it's the people who are dealing with side effects or are dealt with side effects from Reglan, or who want to know things about Reglan on Facebook. I'm gonna show y'all 2 people. I talked to more than that, but I'm gonna show y'all 2 people that when I was at my worst, this girl got in my inbox. God bless you, baby. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. And I'm gonna post this on Facebook so you can see it. Thank you so much. Her name is Ashley Areola or something like that. Thank you so much, because that kind of gave me the strength to keep on pushing. You know, that really gave me the strength to push through it. And she's a nice girl. And right here, this is Ashley. And it's another guy who didn't know what I was talking about in a group chat, but I had mentioned something about, you know, medication. My anxiety was triggered off of a medication, and he asked me what medication, and I told him. And he basically said he dealt with the same thing. I really feel like this medication is truly given to us to become psych patients. Better yet, to control the population. Stay prayed up. I'm getting better. I want y'all to know I'm getting better. But stay prayed up. Watch what you take. I'm not gonna necessarily say watch the doctors. Of course you gotta watch them, but every doctor is not bad. Just watch what you take. I can say if I was the only one had the reaction off of that medication, but there's millions of people around the world who are still dealing with side effects or just taking it now. They give this to babies. Just imagine the pain that them babies gotta go through. I did report it to the FDA. I'm still healing. You know, I have people around me. That's the only way I could have pushed forward. If I was standing by myself, I didn't have nobody, I wouldn't be here. That's how bad it was. The pain was so unbearable. God, I wouldn't wish it on nobody. But y'all take care. I'll catch y'all in my next video. I just wanted to talk to y'all about that so y'all can know. Peace and love. Deuces.